Hi everyone, welcome again. In this video, you're going to learn all type of voltages in laptop motherboard. So we're gonna plug the adapter and we're gonna use the multimeter to measure these voltages. Let's get started. So as you can see, this is a 19 volt adapter. We have output 19 volt, 3.42 amps. So let's plug the adapter. So once we have the connector here and the battery connector, means this is the charge IC. So the first step is to check 19 volt in these two pins. Do you see here we have two red lines, means these two pins should hold 19 volt and this is ground. So let's check. First of all, let's put the multimeter to 20 volt. Here we have 20 volt, as you can see. Now the multimeter is set to 20 volt. Let's check 19 volt in the connector. This is the first step. Always the black probe in the ground. Here we have the ground. Here also we have ground. And also we can use the negative terminal of the electrolytic capacitor. So the black probe in the ground, here for example, and let's check 19 volt in the first pin. We have 19 volt in the multimeter. Let's check the second pin. We have 19 volt. Means the main voltage is present. The second voltages that we're gonna check is 3.3 volt and 5 volt. Here we have 3 volt, 5 volt circuit. You're going to find it usually near to the charge circuit. And of course, the charge circuit is always near to the battery connector and DC connector. So here we should find 5 volt in one inductor and 3.3 volt in the other inductor. So let's put the black probe in the ground here. Let's check, for example, this time the negative terminal of the electrolytic capacitor. So let's check this inductor. We have 3 volt, as you can see, 3.3 volt. This one should be 5 volt. Let's check. We have 5 volt. Means the 3 volt, 5 volt circuit also is good. So we have find the main voltage and the 3 volt and 5 volt circuit. So this is the charge IC, this one, and over here this is the 3 volt, 5 volt IC. So for 3 volt, 5 volt circuit, you're gonna find always two channels. The first channel for 5 volt and the second channel for 3.3 volt. So you can take measurement here in the inductor, we have 3.3 volt, or in the electrolytic capacitor exactly in the positive terminal. As you can see, we have 3.3 volt, or here in the test point. Do you see this? This is pad or test point. Let's check. We have 3.3 volt. So this is 3.3 volt channel. And this is 5 volt channel. We can find 5 volt here in the inductor or in the positive terminal of the electrolytic capacitor, or easily in the test point. Okay, so this circuit also is good. This is the super IO. This is the first responsible of the power in the entire motherboard. We're gonna discuss this IC in a separate video. So let's continue. Let's see the back of the motherboard. So this is the back of charge circuit. When you find like this inductor, do you see this inductor? This inductor always hold 19 volt. Let's check. As you can see in the multimeter, always this kind of inductor holds 19 volt. So we have 19 volt here. If we check this inductor, we're gonna find 19 volts, as you can see. This inductor, we're gonna find 19 volts. let's see another inductor, for example. Here we have another inductor. It have to hold 19 volt. Let's check. As you can see, we have 19 volt. I will explain you how. So let's take a look to the schematic of this motherboard and then continue checking voltage in order to understand why this inductor always hold 19 volts. I will show you how. So in this circuit, for example, we have two inductors, as you can see. So basically this is the circuit that generates 1.5 volts. It contains two inductors. An inductor in the input, because here this is the input. Here we have B plus 19 volt will pass in this direction and goes to this MOSFET, and then we will get here 1.5 volt. So this is the input inductor and this is the output inductor. So this inductor is this one, and this inductor is the big one, this one. So let's see, for example, the 3 volt 5 volt circuit. We have here two big inductors and we have an SMD inductor in the input. So this is 3 volt 5 volt circuit. Here we have 3 volt and over here we have 5 volt. So this is the channel for 5 volt. We have two MOSFETs, inductor, capacitor. The same for this channel also, 3 volt. We have two MOSFETs, inductor, capacitor. Let's zoom in a little bit. We have, as you can see, PL47 in the 5 volt channel. We have PL47, as you can see. So if we check this inductor, we should find 5 volt, as you can see. And the second inductor in the schematic is this one, PL46. We have here PL46, as you can see. The same, this inductor is for 3.3 volt. And we have another inductor in the input. This is it, PL48. So this inductor is in the input, PL48. So let's check the back of 3 volt 5 volt circuit. This is it, as you can see, PL48. So this hold 19 volt, exactly as we have in the schematic, B plus. So always this inductor exists in the input rail. That's why it holds 19 volts. So please, for every circuit, before troubleshooting the IC, the MOSFETs, etc., you have to always pay attention to this inductor, this one. Always check here the main voltage, 19 volt. If you find 19 volt, then goes and track the output voltage in all circuits. Next, we have to check the 3.3 volt also in the battery connector in order to be sure that the charge circuit is 100% okay. Why? I will show you in the schematic. Before taking measurement here, let's see the schematic. Here basically we have the charge circuit. As you can see, we have PU17. This is the charge IC, and over here, as you can see, we have PU17. This is the charge IC. This is the charge circuit. So for the charge circuit, we should get first the main voltage. Okay, the main voltage should be present, and also we should get the voltage for the battery to charge the battery. So if we get just here the main voltage, but this voltage here is missing, means the battery will not be charged. So let's check this battery connector to be sure. We should basically find 3 voltages, means 3.3 volt 3 times. So let's check. So let's put the black probe in the ground, everywhere in the ground, here for example. And then check the battery connector. As I told you, we have to find 3.3 volts 3 times. So let's check this pin. this one also, this one, this one. So we have 3.3 volt, the first 3.3 volt. Let's check this one, 3.3 volt, this one, 3.3 volt, as you can see. So these 3 pins hold 3.3 volt, and those are ground. So the battery connector voltages are good. The battery will charge successfully without any problem. So please remember, the charge circuit can be failed partially. So do you see here in the schematic? Here we have the VIN. So this is basically the main voltage, VIN, or we called it also B+. I mean the voltage that we find in the motherboard. If we go to the back of this motherboard, as you can see, here we have B+, as you can see. In this inductor, we have B+. So B+ is good. So the second voltage that you should pay attention to is the voltage for the battery, okay? This voltage basically that we have measured, 3.3 volt. So once you have the main voltage and the voltage for the battery, means the charge circuit is good. Now, are you ready to learn a very important secret that I'm going to teach you right now? So this time without plugging the adapter. So let's remove the adapter. Let's discover one of the most important secrets that experts know about hardware repairing, especially laptop motherboard and computer motherboard repair. So let's go to the back of this motherboard. Let's put the multimeter to continuity option or buzzer option. Here we have continuity option. And now the multimeter is set correctly to continuity option. So this is good. So this is the back of the charge IC. We have to always locate the inductor or this coil that hold B+ or main voltage or 19 volt for this motherboard. So this is the charge circuit, okay? Here we have the coil or the inductor that hold 19 volt or B+. You should always locate this inductor in every circuit, as you can see. So if I put one probe here in this inductor and check other inductor, we should get a continuity or a low reading. Means the B+ is reached this point. Let's check for this circuit, for example. Do you see we get continuity? This is good. Let's check this circuit also. Good. So 19 volt is here, 19 volt also is here. The connection here is good. Let's check this one also for the CPU. Good. So let's look for all inductor in the motherboard. Here also we have another inductor for chipsets. Let's check. As you can see, this is good. So I will explain you in the schematic. So this is the schematic. The B+ here have to be distributed to all circuits in the motherboard, okay? And of course you can measure this B+ or 19 volt in the inductor, I mean this one, or in the current sense resistor, this one, okay? So this 19 volt should be distributed to all circuits in the motherboard. Let's go, for example, and check the next circuit. Do you see we have here B+ for this circuit? Let's check another circuit. So this circuit basically has the purpose of generating 1.5 volts. Okay, so this is B plus. Okay, applied to this inductor. So here we have another circuit. This is basically plus 1.05 volt for chipsets. Let's find B plus. Here we have B plus, as you can see, and we have inductor PL37. So this one, as you can see here, we have PL37. Okay, let's check another circuit. Here we have the plus VGFX for North bridge and also for the processor. Let's look for B plus, the main voltage. Over here, as you can see, we have B plus and we have the inductor. So here we have PL23. Let's zoom in a little bit in order to see this inductor. We have PL23. Let's look for PL23 here in the motherboard. So we have, as you can see, PL23. So let's see another circuit. Here basically we have the plus 3 volt always and plus 5 volt always. Of course we have B plus over here. Okay, so that's why this inductor is connected with this inductor, with this one also, with this one, and with this one, and also with this one. So means the main voltage B plus should be distributed to the whole motherboard. And to understand 100%, let's see this power sequence. Here we have adapter, okay, we have MOSFET, and we have here the V in basically 19 volt. Do you see? 19 volt is applied to this circuit in order to generate 3 volt and 5 volt. It is also, as you can see here, applied to this circuit. We have V in also to generate these voltages, and also applied to this circuit to generate the CPU core. Means the 19 volt will be applied to all circuits in the motherboard. So guys, I hope that you understand this tutorial. Please, if you find this tutorial useful, don't hesitate to like the video and share it with other friends and people, of course interested people like you. And for anyone who doesn't yet subscribe to my channel, subscribe it and hit the bell icon, because I can only help you if you are subscribed to receive coming up videos. So thank you very much and see you in the next video.